This woman sports brilliantly hued hair that shifts colors, scintillating with every passing moment. She's powerfully built, a natural athlete, or someone who works out a great deal. Notably, a large shotgun rests on an arcade cabinet next to her. She affords you a short glance as you approach. When she speaks, you note a peculiarly lyrical accent to her voice. Something I can help you with there, friend? You're throwing on me off the game, and I'm trying to beat my best score. Tank War Europa? I haven't seen one of those cabinets in years! The woman's mouth twists up into a wry grin. Aye, me neither. Managed to find this one near by accident. But I heard the music and thought, hold on there, Rainbow, you know that tune. After a few moments, Rainbow's game is suddenly over, her tank obliterated by a barrage of air-to-ground missiles. She hisses her breath in through clenched teeth. Piss on your ma. A right robbery that was. Is she Irish? She's an Irish elf? Right then. Rainbow shakes her head again and turns to face you fully. You don't seem like Wompons. They're all a mite touched, yeah? Maybe you are too. But don't advertise it like they do. What's your story? I'm looking into the murders that have been happening. Ah, that's some nasty work. Bodies hacked up, chunks bitten out of them. Make sure you're loaded for something big and ugly, that's for certain. Where you from? I can't place the accent. I told you she's Irish. Born and raised in Dublin, down on the banks of the Liffey. Spent most of me early life there, working security on sacred spaces, you know, historical sites or undeveloped land. The Green Movement was big in those days. It was a bit like being a park ranger, but sure didn't it beat some dead-end desk job. Spent a lot of time around County Dublin and Wicklow. I always loved animals, and I found out being a ranger put me in close with them. It was a good time, yeah? Making sure the budding new species, like the boogies and centaurs, didn't upset the ecology of Wicklow National Park much. Also kept the nastier bits, like the Ichuiski, from running amok across populated areas. What's that? An Ichwiski? Ichwiski, isn't it a demon horse? Ichwiski. Aye, that's right. They're cannibal horses, basically, nasty buggers that drag people into bogs and drown you. Sometimes people call them kelpies, on account of the water plants they pop out of. Anyway, as I was saying, problem was I started to develop this weed knack, just a small thing. I keep magic from working when I'm around. Spells don't go, spirits fall apart, and the paracritters get real feisty, yeah? She's an anti-mage? To make things worse, this was around the time Liam O'Connor threw his coup and formed Tirnanog. With all this fancy talk about elves and ancient magic, it was a bit scandalous to have a woman guarding ancient sites that wasn't just mundane, but also killed magic around her, so I got fired. She's an anti-mage. You're older than Tirnanog. Bang on, and don't I look a day over 25, do I? I am Irish. Not one of them noggins. Pack of punters, a lot of them. Always going on about their ancestral land and the glory of the past and all that bullshit. I saw them kick dozens of old Irish families off their land just because their ears weren't pointy enough, or they didn't meet some stupid arbitrary criteria of old nobility. It was that kind of thing that brought back the IRA, just like in the bad old days of the Troubles. Oh, the elf started to do a genocide against the humans. Alright. The skivers in the new tier didn't pay for the land they took, they just had a pack of bullies with guns. Rainbow scrunches her face up into a disgusted sneer and Mock spits at the ground. I've always been sympathetic to the little guy in the fight. They offered to pay for my help, so I said yes, simple as that. Oh, you joined the IRA? So you became a terrorist. Faye, don't be so dramatic. They fixed me up with the cyber stitcher and gave me a lot of the kit I've got in me now, in exchange for going overseas to work for them. Smuggling, running guns, making contacts in Europe. Same kind of shite all revolutionary groups do. Seeing as how my own fam got kicked out of their house, I was glad to do it. I still do work for him these days, but there's a lot less of it. A Lady D cracked down on dissidents, but good. Ah, Irish, alright. The elves decided to start exterminating the humans. Sweet. What are you doing in Wampo Garden? Me? I'm a bit of a big game hunter these days. I get into strange places, look for some kind of paracritter I have not seen before, and then I put a bullet in it. Only the nasty ones though, no point in hunting a telescat or such. It's only things like gargoyles, bargas and whatnot. All the work I did with them in my youth does a good job keeping me alive. No, but why are you here? Are you here to... I was out in Jakarta last year hunting one of them Indonesian vampires. You ever heard of them? Call them Layak or Penanggalans, depending on who you ask. Their heads and guts come out of the body cavity, and they fly around like a giant messy pile of pasta. Their heads and guts come out of the body cavity and they fly around like a giant messy pile of pasta? What? Rainbow bares her teeth and pantomimes floating around. Took me a solid 2 months to track her down, but I did. Once the job was done, I asked myself, okay Rainbow, where's the best place in East Asia to find some action? So Hong Kong it was. All the chi-watsits here mean a bigger concentration of odd critters than you'd usually find in the city. Been spending a lot of time down in the storm drains these days. I heard rumors of a rat king down there, where a mess of devil rats get all tied together into some kind of big awful rat beast. Haven't tracked it down yet, but if I figure it's only a matter of time, yeah? She pats the barrel of her shotgun affectionately. Hey, do you want to help me out with this job? See you later, Rainbow. She's a para-creature hunter. What if... Do you want me... I mean, there's murders here. You want to help me out with these murders? Wingway Quack. This is like... Gawk. Wing K. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Gawk Italia, home of the finest clothing in Wampo Garden. I'm the owner, Master Tailor Wingway Caw. How may I serve you today? I didn't expect Wampo Garden to have tailors in it. I mean, people wear clothes, dude. Many people don't. There's a mistaken impression that we Wompons are only interested in technology and the Matrix, but even technologists need clothing, don't they? And many of us gravitate towards lines of work where added protection is required. I myself am a materials scientist as well as a keen follower of fashion trends. What kinds of material science? Fiber related, of course. Primarily aramid fibers, graphene composites, and dilatants. It affords me a certain unique perspective when designing clothing that's not only beautiful but defensive as well. I specialize in high fashion body armor similar to the kind crafted by SecureTech or Fashion Island, but with a much more personal touch. Alright, show me what you have. Ballistic cloth suit? Last gen lined coat. SecureTech armored clothing. Oh man, 4 armor. I'm wearing the shamanic ritual garb. Street monk outfit. A tailored suit interwoven with graphene aramid composite fibers lend an air of quiet authority and class. Alright, well I can't afford it right now. Unless I sell stuff. No, I need to sell a lot of stuff. Because this thing costs, yeah, 800, never mind. Goodbye. Elder? Is there anything else we can do for you, SCKC? Why didn't you tell me about Elder Magpie disappearing? Why would we have? Her departure from the Wompones isn't related to your investigation. It happened before the killings began. I'm certain she's just off sulking somewhere. N's tone is profoundly indifferent. No doubt she'll come waltzing back next month, all full of attitude that life dared to go on without asking her permission. What if Magpie is killing your people? Have you considered that? If she does, we'll welcome her back. Despite our problems with her behavior, her skills make her extremely valuable. I've taken over maintenance of our Matrix infrastructure in her absence, but I'm nowhere near her level. The best I can do is ensure nothing breaks down until she returns. She could be responsible for the killings. Not mentioning her seems like a major oversight. Recoils. Expression incredulous. Magpie? I doubt that very highly. Whatever character flaws she might have had, she was a pacifist when it came to physical violence. Doesn't mean she wouldn't hire someone else. What evidence do you have of that? Well, for one, she really wanted me removed from the Council of Elders. She said I was too prone to violence. Yip snorts, shaking his head in annoyance. I guess she never saw all the times I kept the Red Dragon from robbing her blind. No, because she wanted to get rid of you, so then she can kill everyone else without any security. I agree, Magpie would not resort to murder over personal disputes. The entire idea is ridiculous. You're ridiculous. I'd like to take a look around her shop. Do you have the key? Yes, but there's a lot of sensitive equipment in there, including our community servers. We don't let anyone who's not one of the Wompon Elders in there. Why would you need to look around? Oh, I can't talk my way through? Magpie's automated systems might have access records for the killer's wireless devices. Listen, you want me to find a killer? I'm gonna do that. I have to explore every possibility. Alright. Why did you let the Hong Kong police force into Whampoa Gardens last month? Tong is taken aback by the question. For a long moment he says nothing. When his composure does return, he speaks deliberately and with great care. We generally don't let the police into Whampoa Garden, it's true. But in this case, we made an exception. The police were very polite and offered to look the other way over some of our deals with the Loho Jowa pirates. They also made it clear that if we refused, they might not only take an interest in our deals with the pirates, they would call in the Special Duties Unit and force their way in. We have repelled the Hong Kong police force before when they tried to push us around. We could probably drive off the Special Duties Unit as well, but the cost in blood would be too high. Shrugs non-committally. Since they weren't hunting a Wampum, we saw no reason to refuse their request. Who were they here for? They didn't say and we didn't ask. The Hong Kong police force isn't exactly forthcoming about their business, and we found that the less we know about their interests, the safer Whampoa Garden is. When you take an interest in the police, they return the favor. As far as I know, they went into the parking garage, there was a gunfight and the police never came out. More showed up a few hours later looking for their missing officers. We didn't let those in though, we just delivered the what was left of their bodies to them. Why didn't you let them in? We were willing to allow the group of 4 in because they asked politely. When the reinforcements arrived, there were over 30 of them. We couldn't risk the rest of the police setting up camp in our streets. It would have been a circus and disrupted our lives and business. Alright, I'll be going now. So I can't convince them to let me into Magpie's place. But maybe I can convince someone else to let me into Magpie's place. Where is Magpie's place anyway? Where is Magpie's place? Alright, we're going to the parking garage. Let me just check. Optional, investigate the parking garage. Optional, get the key to Magpie's shop. Ah. There does not seem to be another way to get the key into Magpie's shop. Did I save? I saved, right? Anyway, I'm gonna save now. I'm gonna save now. Oh, that's interesting. Bloodstains, bloody drain. Very, very interesting. What have you got back here, you guys? Red Spear Ganger, that's far enough, guy. The woman hefts her weapon, tossing a nod towards the gangers behind her. This lot's our turf. If you're looking for a fix, you're welcome to trade. If you're not here for business, clear the hell out. You try and wander around on our turf, we're gonna have to air you out. So what do you say? You're looking for a little pick-me-up? A little nitro to give you some pep? Maybe you want some chips, take the edge off. You want it? I got it. Show me what you have. Right, nothing remarkable there. Can I look around this garage? What happened in the fight here? Can I look around the garage? Man, are you deaf? What the hell did I tell you? No, you goddamn well can't wander around our turf. The ganger shakes her head, mumbling something about idiots with no memory. Alright, we don't have the right etiquette. What happened in the fight here? As far as I know, some police showed up looking for somebody. They got in here, all of them got killed. Whoever they were after was long gone by the time we showed up. Used to be a lot of wampons living here. They all cleared out, muttering about ghosts and shit like that. It was before? Oh wait a minute. They were long gone before these guys showed up. Have you heard anything about the murders? Nothing much. I tell you what though, I got a guy named Kang, and he was down in the storm drain system last week. Something was moving down there, big too, man-sized, but it wasn't speaking any language Kang understood. Kid beat feet back here as fast as he could. Damas dropped his storm drain key on the way out though. You wanna go looking for whatever it was, you have to get a new key from somebody else. Kang stole his from a city worker. Who else might have a key to the storm drains? There's a guy named Porter Lamb who's got keys to pretty much everything. He's somewhere between a cop and a handyman. Ewan also mentioned some elf woman with crazy colored hair who managed to scam a key. He said she hunted paracritters down there, devil rats and shit. Alright, some of the PTLs you're selling look an awful lot like they came from Tong's shop. Do they? I don't think I should say that. I wanna save the game. And let's see what happens when I say that. Yeah, so what? Why do you care? So if you stole these from Tongs, maybe you saw something I can use in my investigation. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's like this. Broken Thumb Yun was walking down the street and sees this guy go into Tong's joint right at closing time. Tall guy hunched over. Had this shitty grey rain poncho draped over him. Now Yun figured that was weird as hell, so he posts up and waits. He figures the guy will come out soon cause Tong's closing up shop. Nothing for 15 whole minutes. Guy comes out, hustles down the street with nobody saying boo. I figure he was waiting for an ebb in the crowd. Ewan sees some blood smeared on the door though, so he goes to check it out. Inside, total carnage. But you know what? Tong's not gonna be using his gear anymore, so to hell with it. You injects the lot of it. Okay. Alright. So these guys stole the stuff. The killer didn't steal anything. Okay, so that's a complete red herring. That's pretty cold. Business is business. I mean, that is pretty cold. So sleeping in the streets, or going hungry, or selling BTLs, it's life we've got, and that's the way it is. Anything else? Alright, see you later. Alright. But even if I get the key to the drains, I still need them to let me pass, because I can't get through on this side. Fascinating. The big game hunter was down there hunting the rats. Hey, good to see you again. Something else I can help you with? Do you have a key to the storm drains? Of course I do. How else would I get down to look for strange creepy crawlies, eh? Why do you ask? Can I borrow it? I want to investigate something down there. Aye, sure. Watch your step down there, though. The drains are a mite bigger than people normally expect. Rainbow tosses you the key. Best of luck. That was easy. See you later, Rainbow. She is surprisingly helpful and friendly. Why would the game... I mean, couldn't we get a key off him? Or he wants us to get permission. Probably. Anyway, we don't need a key off of him. I still have no idea where Magpie's place is.